Right, good evening ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a September meeting of the Lanteglos Parish Council. I must tell you that you are being filmed and recorded. Anybody who actively objects to being filmed, please say so. No? Right, public participation please. Any questions from a member of the public?
Is there a problem with the website? Because when I looked this morning, there weren't minutes of the last meeting on it, and several of the minutes that were approved at the last meeting are down as unapproved.
We were discussing that this morning, probably 5 minutes after you looked at it. Adrian's got it all in hand, and it's all going to be gone through and updated.
Right, thank you.
Any more questions? Hannaford's not here to report. Next one is Bones Meadow Development. Minute refers members to receive an update on whether the gaming baskets are to be faced, and outcome of the meetings with members, the developers, Mrs. Sharon Bundy, Highways Officer, dealing with adoptions. Edwina sent me a letter on Friday, email, concerning the meeting we had in August. The lady concerned, Sharon Bundy, is asking Cornwall County Council structures to look at the footpath in the gaming baskets, and the owner, Mr. Olive, is revisiting the plans, and at present the plans are being looked at with MBA, and we're awaiting further reports back from the site developers on the way forward, and from Sharon Bundy, who is the Highways team leader dealing with Highways team adoptions.
So that Highways, just sorry for asking that, but that Highways, is that road that goes down to the houses, does that mean the Highways weren't going to drop that?
No, this is the Bones Meadow footpath, not the road going down to
the one that keeps...
This is the footpath,
yeah,
the one that's been filling with water, been ripped up, relayed.
It's been done that, hasn't it?
Well no, it's the intention is for it to be laid with tarmac and it'd be part of the highway. But until the Highways officer dealing with this footpath is satisfied it is up to scratch, the whole footpath and walls, it's all in the developer's hands at present.
He's responsible for putting it right, or isn't
Well, he's got to come up with a suitable set of plans on how to get it together properly, constructed.
That does include the gaming baskets that are like behind it?
No, this is the baskets. This is the baskets
Yeah.
which are facing the footpath.
So it'll be stalemate for much, so...
Well, yes. Any council, any questions on the result of that meeting?
Are we actually going to do anything about the other gaming baskets, the actual ones that are behind the houses?
Well, that would be really nothing to do with us because that's between two properties. That would be a civil matter, I would say.
Yeah.
We only deal with what belongs to the council.
Right.
Neighbourhood plan, members to receive an update. Councillor Moore's not here. Councillor Fisher, you're the
I wasn't
deputy chair.
present at the last meeting.
Weren't you?
No, you were there instead.
Thank you. Right,
I was all the way back from London.
better read the minutes out, don't I?
I'm doing the same as you.
Right.
There's some of those minutes behind when you look at that, can't we? So
Yeah.
it's not worth reading it out.
So don't read the minutes out, the report, well this is mainly for the public. All the consent forms are signed. The client asked Mr. Paul Thomas to provide the promised information pack. That hasn't appeared. The steering group talked about a housing needs survey. Mrs. Margaret Shackley said Wi-Fi was now available in Whitecross, which is a 4G Wi-Fi piece of equipment, which you will notice is working here at present. The 4G router was used at Whitecross, and the intention for the 4G router is so for when we do the computerised surveys, members of the public will be able to access straight online using the 4G wireless router, which gives you good speeds. It was tried and tested by one of the steering group using their mobile phone. It'll also be in use for any meetings up there. You can access the internet at any time, providing you ask the committee to use their 4G router. And the intention is for the farmers' markets, which occur the first Saturday of every month, this should enable the business people to use, is it contactless cards and do card transactions for the farmers' markets. On the Saturday mornings, a stall is provided at the entrance to Whitecross Village Hall, where all the ideas and thoughts and possible comments are written down and passed on to members of the steering group for being able to look at them, look at the problems and construct them together in a responsible document. What they're hoping to do is, now it's successfully working at Whitecross, is to engage with the school, the pupils of the school, and any organisation in the village. So if we have a coffee morning here, to bring the same stall, either inside the WI, outside the WI, to gather ideas, positive ideas, on how to construct the parish and design the parish for the future. £27. The Councillor Moore will seek an update from Councillor Fisher for an update on the website. How's the website doing for the Neighbourhood Development Plan, Adrian?
I haven't a clue because when I spoke to
Next is signage. Members to consider a suggestion from Councillor Anniford to erect a sign warning drivers not to follow their sat-navs. Sign to be placed at the entrance to the village on private land.
Well, I'm all for that, but how is it going to cost 10 grand because it's got to be a certain sort of sign? Or could we just put a bit of, get one made up ourselves?
We're doing it in Grandpoint at the moment, and we're doing it on the QT.
Because they're actually, I thought the highway thing is the same business as all the ones around here. That, well, you know, it's like that one at Minions that's been taken down, or someone's actually made their own put up there again now, but as long as it's on private land, it won't matter. We're not going to get done for illegally putting it.
Well, to me, I think the signage, don't trust your sat-nav, should start up by Land Reth.
All the way on that road, every 100 yards.
Because when you get ambulances that are diverted down Fuzzbowl Hill, it's the shortest route.
You wouldn't believe our lane now.
Yeah.
You can't even walk up there. It's absolutely. But we've tried. There's a sign saying it's too wide. Jim gets quite excited with his tractor, and the amount of lorries that turning in his place, he's making a few quid out of it. But they come right down there. Do you think they get sense? But I don't know how you can make it. You know, ideally paint on the wall, but you know, there's a lot of these drivers aren't English either. It's not that there's a problem that way, but it's just, I don't know how you can stop it. Really.
Well, it's the same down Port Barrow, isn't it? They've got a sign at the top of the village before you drive down, and you always see somebody stuck trying to get up the Warren or somewhere close to the harbour.
I'm not sure if these signs actually work, because
We're going to take a note and try and say that.
It was only a suggestion from Edwina, so I think we'll thank her for a suggestion and
The only way
further action on it.
Just put a blocker on the system. So it won't
system,
work.
yeah.
You know,
You
do
just
you,
got
do you want to rob the people of the Russell Avenue when somebody gets stuck?
well, that's all
Watching the BMW go out West Street.
with the wind mirrors out.
Yeah.
Well, the trouble is, you just go up no man's land up Clint Barn, up Lost with you, and watch the HGVs ignore that sign.
Yeah.
Then go straight down the hill.
So it's, I don't think you'll ever really stop that. But
It's one of those situations you're going to accept, and I think, you know, without a massive expansion, we're never going to cure it, are we?
I mean, one thing is at least avoiding the road slowly.
Can I give you an idea of the cost? We priced up 3 signs that we're going to fix to existing poles, and it was £325 plus VAT.
It's not bad, is it?
That's for, you know, they look like road signs, but obviously not.
So what do they actually look like? They like luminous, so they like, obviously, because some people, I mean, most people don't take it out the sign.
So we could really wait to see the results down the road then.
Could you take a picture on your phone and send it to us?
Well, I'm going to stick with it. I can put it on the screen.
I mean, I think
I'll
we should,
send
I
you
think
the
we should look at it,
details.
Dawn, but
Yeah,
where are you going to put
Where
it?
you
It's
put it.
going to be the issue. Because most of the big stuff comes in our road, doesn't it? to be
Yeah.
fair? Because the road from Clinton isn't too bad, is it? I mean, it's bad enough, but it's not.
well, all the big lorries ignore the 10-ton sign at Landrath. They still thunder down to the Botanic Ferry.
And if you did it, say for instance, we did it for Pole Ruin,
The coach down there.
at the top of the village, is the Pole Ruin
Sure,
sign on
coach.
council
50,
land then, or
50,
private
50.
land? Because the campsite had their flower bed and everything around it, what's the... How do we,
I'm sure
how do you call that?
if we ask Mr. Vennon or Mr. Pierce if we
Yeah.
can borrow their hedge, I don't think it'll be too much of an issue.
Yeah.
I think you've got to do
a
it.
bit
I
further
don't know what
out.
else you can do. Maybe what we can do is try. But I mean,
Try, yeah.
our lane's
I said
terrible.
there is a post in the hedge further on with nothing on,
Yeah.
isn't there? So
So we wait till the result of Grandpound coming out.
How big are
give us a
they?
picture of the signs.
I'll send you all the details. We'll get them through to
Yeah.
us.
So we put it down for the next meeting. yeah?
12 foot
Eight,
square.
I say 8 or 9 foot. Perhaps you should just put part of a lorry there and say, do not go down there.
It's located.
Beat up.
Right, we now go on to adoption of policies and strategies. Right, this is to do with the social media. Legal advice has been sought and a revised policy to be issued. The legal advice was the policy we're attempting has never been tried before because nobody really thought of it and come across this problem. So basically it's up to us. So we go on to the filming, audio recording at a parish council meeting. Recording and subsequent broadcasting at public meeting is permissible under local government regulations. However, the following caveats clauses apply. Law of defamation and public order offences, acting in a disruptive manner, filming, audio and recording and broadcasting of vulnerable people, children and members of the public who actively object. Our problem lies with members of the public who actively object, and our cameraman insists he's entitled to film them and publish them. What I propose to do is I would like to insert a clause in our media policy saying, should any person disregard the above policy, they will be excluded from parish council meetings for a minimum term of 6 months. And if we now go through where it all stems from, it stems from the Local Government Act of transparency at council meetings. We councillors are fair targets, and the idea of this act was to allow people to broadcast what happens at council meetings. However, the 3 categories I've just run out are the exclusions from it. Now, the government of what they've craftily done is they've made a law which is good in practice, but it's works to the law of unintended consequences. And the unintended consequences here is people will publish and put on the net people who actively object and then tell them to their face at meetings, as has been recorded here under several members, that they will film who they like, when they like, and do whatever they like with it, which has upset people. And there's letter to this effect lying with the head of governance down at Truro with Simon Mansell. Unfortunately, it's up to us to write the policy. Cornwall County Council has no such policy. So, are there any limits? What can I say or tweet or video I publish? The law of the land, defamation, the law on public order. Freedom of the speech within the law should be exercised with personal and social responsibility, showing respect and tolerance towards the views of others, which in this case at these meetings is not happening. So this, what I'm proposing, could seem draconian to some. Some people could take us to court and sue us saying we're totally illegal. It's up to you as councillors how we wish to stop this kind of filming and upsetting people who attend the council meetings.
Well, I know people won't come into meetings because it's going on, so.
I was about to say, the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? Since the filming started, we're left with 2 + 1 here today, aren't we?
And the other bit, next bit is, can I be asked to leave a meeting because I'm taking photographs, filming or audio recording the meeting or social or using social media. Yes, you can be excluded from the meeting, because you can be declared as acting in a disruptive manner which could result in being excluded from the meeting. So it's up to you, councillors. Do you wish this paragraph to be put in?
No, I do, definitely.
We've got to give it a go because, you know, when we were elected, meetings were attended. When the filming started, the public had just gone because they can't stick it.
Well, I've had several people said to me the reason they don't come is because they don't want to be on some website being filmed or recorded. And we've also had people here speaking, they say they don't want to record it and they're still going ahead and recording. So, I mean, as long as the person concerned understands what he's doing and what he's not doing, I guess I propose we adopt that on our system so that we have the power to do what we feel is right
So,
to protect the public.
so we include in our social media policy about filming and audio recording or electronic recording. Should any person or persons disregard the above policy, they can be or will be excluded from parish council meetings for a minimum term of 6 months.
When we make it 12 months.
Well, 6 months we have to review our policies. The council can review the policy.
Fine. 6 months.
So can I have a proposer and seconder, please?
How would that be enforced if it needed to? So, who makes the call, it's disruptive, and how is it then? How
We,
do we
the
do it?
council, because they're breaching house rules.
So any one of us could say, right, I feel
We could
so-and-so
propose,
is
yeah,
being disruptive.
it's appeared on internet.
Not council.
Not so good.
No.
So that's the thing, it would have to then be a member of the public complain.
So that member of the public who actively complains that they've been put on the internet, despite being told, we ask at the meeting, like I asked at the beginning of this meeting, does any member of the public actively object to being filmed and recorded? It gets put down on the minutes, one member of the public actively objected, and if the cameraman goes ahead and publishes them on the internet, despite the warnings, despite the social media, despite that person socially actively objecting, then they will be excluded for 6 months.
I think I know the answer to this one, but I'll ask it anyway. How about retrospectively? As in, people, this has already happened, so, and they're still on YouTube now, so if this policy was adopted now, could they now complain?
Well, in retrospect, we can't do anything because it's already gone past. It's took us this far to get ahead, to get people to come up with a reasonable document and stating what we can do.
I
So,
think it would have to be done after adoption of the policy. If it happened then it could be implemented.
Well, we're just saying that they're still online now, aren't they? But, you know, you can
That's,
watch that video and listen to them.
that's
swing out.
before we
It
made
can
it.
be
Adopted the policy.
I mean, going forward, I think we should adopt this policy and, make people
From
aware
now on.
at the beginning of the meeting and put it on the website so people are well aware that they can come to the meeting and speak now without being recorded.
And the social media policy put up on the door, so when the people enter, they can read it and understand.
Yeah, that's very good,
100%.
yeah.
Definitely.
I think we should do that.
Are you happy with that?
Put it in the parish magazine, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So can we have a proposer and seconder,
I
please?
propose.
Show of hands, please. Passed.
We need to write a letter to the person concerned so he understands what we just said.
Well, you've got to wait for the offence to be committed first. Next is item 106, closed session. In the view of special confidential nature of the business about to be transacted, it is advisable in the public interest that the press and public be excluded and they are instructed to withdraw.